I really, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing and everything, but, you know, let that be a lesson to you.
Number 10. Alison Sweeney. American soap opera actress Alison Sweeney has been Ellen's guest a few times, but one appearance sticks out more than the others.
I do not want to lose this game!
You're going to.
While playing a giant game of Jenga, Sweeney tries to carefully remove a brick near the top of the stack. She's successful, but Ellen takes it upon herself to shove Sweeney into the tower and knock it down. Though Sweeney wasn't upset by the stunt, this doesn't mean it was a nice thing to do. Was the game of Jenga going on for too long? Was Ellen trying to avoid losing so she thought she'd end the game dramatically? Who knows? Number 9. Mocking Michelle Obama.
Can you chill out on the itching?
Ellen decided to take Michelle Obama, who was still the first lady at the time, to a pharmacy as a way to poke fun at how out of touch famous people can be from everyday citizens.
Check in.
Michelle.
The irony there is, of course, that DeGeneres herself is a multimillionaire, and Mrs. Obama has spent much of her career and life helping and defending marginalized people.
Ellen, don't open these up in the store.
Why not?
To make matters worse, part of Ellen's shtick was to walk around the store taking items out of their packaging, yelling about the First Lady through a megaphone, and embarrassing her in public.
Don't you want me to sign the
Shorts? Yeah. But you were about to head for the forehead.
Number 8. Dakota Johnson. In October 2019, Dakota Johnson turned 30 and celebrated in style with a huge party.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
A few weeks later, she appeared on Ellen and was quickly interrogated by the host about why Ellen didn't get a party invite. What followed went down in pop culture history as Johnson pointed out that Ellen was invited after all, but didn't show up because she was busy that weekend.
But I did invite you and you didn't come. So.
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody.
To make matters worse for Ellen, it later came out that she'd been at a football game that same weekend with former President George W. Bush, whose political stance was decidedly anti-LGBTQ+ during his time in office, and is a controversial politician to say the least.
It was probably in Malibu. That's too far for me to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no wonder Ellen isn't Dakota's favorite comedian. Number 7. Taylor Swift's personal life. Taylor Swift's been in the public eye for a long time. And you have to assume that she's gotten increasingly tired of answering questions about her love life as the years have gone by.
We actually never dated.
Yes, you did.
This was never more clear than when Ellen took it upon herself to quiz Taylor about Zac Efron, whom she'd been seen out with.
How's he doing?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while because we didn't date.
Yes, you did.
Ellen made an entire game out of pictures of Taylor Swift with random male celebrities, asking her to ring a bell every time she saw someone she actually dated.
Ring it at some point.
Okay.
All right.
Taylor made it clear from the beginning she did not want to take part, but Ellen wasn't having any of it. Honestly, the bit goes on longer than it should have. Number 6. Celine Dion. Back in 2007, legendary Canadian singer Celine Dion appeared on Ellen and came under fire for the way her son had his hair styled at the time.
Look at him. He is beautiful, but look at his hair. When are you going to cut that hair?
Ellen wanted to know why Dion had let him grow his hair so long and asked when he was going to get it cut off, much to Dion's annoyance.
Some people shave the head of their children, and people say, oh, isn't that terrible? Well, I don't even cut my son's hair, and they say, oh my God, when is she gonna cut her son's hair?
Right.
After all, her son wasn't hurting anybody by having long hair. Ellen is a pioneer when it comes to breaking down barriers and traditional gender norms, so it doesn't seem to fit that she would make such a big deal over a young boy being allowed to grow his hair.
My son makes his decision about this hair.
Dion put her in her place. Number 5. T.T. Pierce. Ellen was presenting a segment about real estate ads in the US, and one Georgia-based realtor named T.T. Pierce came under particular scrutiny.
Nipple convalescent home. What boob named that place? Titty Pierce.
Ellen found it hilarious to mispronounce her name on purpose, making Pierce the butt of many jokes. Pierce later sued Ellen for the distress caused by the segment, saying in all her life nobody had ever mispronounced her name like that. Pierce also wanted compensation for the many prank calls she received from Ellen viewers because the show did not hide her contact information. Pierce ended up losing the lawsuit, but it does seem irresponsible that they showed her cell phone number on national TV. Number 4. Extra gift. Some members of the studio audience were invited backstage to look around the set and take a free gift from a large table full of Ellen-branded items. They are firmly told that they're only allowed one gift each, but the hidden camera catches one girl double-dipping. And what was the reason she committed this heinous crime?
Hi. Hi.
She wanted to take something back for her sister who couldn't be there.
A lot of people's sisters couldn't come.
Though this is a perfectly understandable reason, she's publicly humiliated by Ellen, who insists she should have stuck to the limit.
I really, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing and everything, but, let that be a lesson to you.
Then she's brought up to sit in Ellen jail, all because she tried to do something nice for her family. Number 3. Prison joke. During the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020, Ellen had to stop filming in studio.
We're all stuck here. I want to help take your mind off everything.
The show was recorded from inside Ellen's house with no studio audience to laugh at her jokes, and very few staff members to tell her that she might have said something that people would find offensive. That's probably how this joke slipped through the cracks, where Ellen compares being isolated in her giant mansion with her wife and dog to being in jail.
One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, this is like being in jail.
Remarkably, this wasn't the only thing Ellen was criticized about during the quarantine. It also came out that the show's staff members took enormous pay cuts, leaving them struggling during the global pandemic. Number 2. Nicki Minaj parody. Though it never aired, in 2015, Nicki Minaj struck a deal with ABC Family to make a TV show about her early life in New York.
Nicki Minaj, come down here right now!
Upon hearing the news, Ellen was quick to produce a small sketch making fun of the idea, saying it was a sneak preview. The sketch itself showed a young Nicki and her parents, all sporting giant fake butts, and accidentally knocking their furniture over.
Did you remember to take Buddy out for a walk?
Yeah.
The sketch was slammed for its offensive and tasteless jokes about Minaj's body, not to mention the fact that many viewers thought it was racist.
They have big butts.
Number 1. Mariah Carey. In 2008, Ellen took it upon herself to get the scoop on whether Mariah Carey was pregnant.
People are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
She asked her repeatedly and then brought out some glasses of champagne, insisting that Carey would have a drink if she wasn't really expecting.
Yeah, you want to taste it?
I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
What?
It later came out that Carey was pregnant at the time, and she sadly suffered a miscarriage shortly after this infamous interview.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
My goodness.
Because of Ellen's behavior forcing her into an early implied pregnancy announcement, Carey had to address the miscarriage in the press later on. It's a deeply traumatic thing to go through. To be forced to do so in the public eye makes it that much harder. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.